Hi guys, in this lesson we're looking at the final payment because you remember in the previous lessons we worked out what was our little X, which is our monthly payment. So what we're going to do in this lesson, there's what you should be able to do on this lesson. We should be able to, for the very last month, normally it's a smaller amount that you pay for the very last month, your little outstanding balance. So we're going to check how to do that. So your final payment is say it was over 100 months, then on the 99th month you will pay your last full payment, and then there will be a small little amount or smaller amount still to be paid. And in this lesson we're going to check and see how we work that out. Good. So always good to rather start with an example. Now there's also just a variation on the formula, but again there's two methods. I'm going to show you both the methods, but let's just read and see. A loan of 480,000 Rand. Immediately when they say loan, I know it's the P formula. And if it's the P formula, I know it's presently now my loan. And I know it's the one with the little minus N on top. So with an interest rate of 13.25%, there's your I, compounded monthly, as in 99.9% of the times, is being repaid by monthly installments of 7,600. So here they give you the little monthly payment. Calculate the amount of the last payment. So this is just, I'm just going to do that, last payment. If it takes you 109 months to repay. So there's your 109 months. So let's see. There's now actually 1, 2, 3, 4 things known. So that means all the values in your P formula is known. So what is then unknown? The last payment. Now what we use to do this problem, we use the normal P formula, but then we only use it up to the second last month. In other words, 108 months. Because the minute you've get to your 108 months, then there's 1 month left, and normally that amount is a little bit smaller than all your normal payments, especially if it's a nice rounded off number, because if you can recall in previous lessons, we said the monthly payment is, say, 9,009 Rand and 96 cents, which you will not really pay back. You'll rather round it up and make it a nice round number, like this one is 7,600. But maybe it was only 7,599 Rand and 2 cents, but we round it up. And then we need to know what is the last month's payment. So it's a logical calculation. So let's just see what we've got. We've got our I monthly. I divide it by 12. The 108 they already gave you. Remember, they didn't say it's so many years. They actually gave you 109. But up to 108, I'm paying my full amount of 7,600 Rand. And then for the last month, I need to pay some other little amount. But remember, there's always interest involved. So in order to work out the last month, you remember this little formula. A is equal to P 1 plus I to the power of N. You remember that. If I now want to find the P, the now amount, which I need to pay back with interest, you agree with me, it's actually the P I want. So if I get the P all alone, it will be A divided by 1 plus I to the power of N. You agree? Now I'm just going to write it neat here. Instead of doing that, do you agree with me? I can actually do this. Let's just look at it slowly. If I have A divided by the bracket to the power of N, and I don't like fractions, nobody likes fractions, and I rather just want to make it one nice line, I can bring the bottom bracket to the top, but remember what happens to the exponent sign there. Can you see all your old knowledge that you learned since grade 8 is now available? It should be available in your mind, and you're using it. One of your exponent laws, if I bring something from the bottom to the top, then my exponent becomes the other sign. If it was a plus, it becomes a minus, like in this case. So it just makes it easier. And remember, if you use this AP formula, if ever you use the A formula, you always have to use the full time period up to the very, very end. So if I now do my P formula, now remember, let's just write the P formula here. Always write down your formula first. Making a mistake there. Just get it right. Now I'm writing the two formulae next to one another. Remember what we do? If I now use the P formula as you used to do, and I use it over the full time period of 108 months, which is not the full time period where I'm going to pay 7,600 Rand, then I need to add the last month. So I'm going to actually write the whole formula down like this. Plus, and because it's only one small amount that I need to pay back the last month, I'm not going to use that capital letter A. I'm going to use a Y. You remember X and Y are normally the two unknowns we use. X is my normal monthly payment, but for the last month it's going to be a little less. It's always a little less, and that's why we rather use a small letter. But I just wanted to show you, so I'm just going to make an arrow there. I just wanted to show you where it's coming from so that you know why I'm now writing 1 plus I to the power of minus n. Good. Now, if I now fill in my formula, remember I already had the P, so I must just do the P. I already had the P amount. It was 480,000 is equal to, I have the X amount. What was that? 7,600. 1 minus 1 plus, oh, and I've got the I don't have to do that. I've got the 12 there, and it was 0.1325 to the power of, now let's just see. What is the N you're using here now? The 108, because it's only for 108 months up to there that you are actually paying the 7,600. So it will be minus 108 all over 0.1325 over 12. And then I must add the Y times 1 plus, the I is still the same, 1325 over 12. And remember what I always say, because I know what's going to happen now. Some of you will think, but now I must only use the last month, only a 1. For all my formulae, the A, the F, and the P, if I use that formula, I always have to carry on for the whole period from start to end. So that will be minus 109. So that will include the 108 months plus the one last month, which then land to be 109. Because remember, in our original sum, they said you are taking 109 months to pay back your loan. So I have the N, and I know I have to always use it over the full period. But now, this is now the thingy that I need to get all alone. So it's quite a complicated formula. But you know what? Once you've written down your formula, which I've done with the P's and the A's and the Y, you fill in the values that you've got. You're going to get marks for that. And then you normally only get marks for the final answer. But now to get this Y all alone, I must just make sure that I do it carefully. There's this whole thing here. It's a loose term that has been added to the Y. I want a positive Y, so I'm going to keep my Y on the right-hand side here. And I'm going to do 480,000 minus, now I'm going to put it in a big bracket, that whole thing, 7,600 square bracket to the power of minus 108, close the square bracket, all over 0.1325 divided by 12. Good. That is now just to get rid of that whole squiggly bracket, that whole fraction on the right-hand side, because it's been added to the Y. So what must you do? You must subtract it on both sides. Now there is still a Y on the right-hand side, which I want, and there's still a bracket next to it. So now I need to get rid of that bracket. Bracket means multiply. So what must you do? Take this whole thing and divide by 1, by 1 plus, where is that now? 1 plus 0.1325 over 12 to the power of minus 109. And if you do all of that, you will get the answer of 6,424 Rand and 41 cents. Does that make sense? Does it seem like a logical thing? You borrowed 480,000 Rand. You're paying back only in 108 months. And you're going to pay back 6,000 whatever. It is a logical amount. If it was 60,000 or 600, then most probably you made a mistake. So mostly our monthly payments is some something in the thousands, 6,000, 5,000, 9,000, or in that vicinity. So you can check yourself. Now, as you see, it's a very lengthy problem to click on your calculator. There is another way to do that. You see this bottom thing here? If you've done the whole top of the fraction and you don't want to divide by this, you can actually multiply by the bracket to the power of plus 109. Then you're taking the whole bracket at the bottom to the top, and remember what happens if you take something to the top, you change the exponent sign. So if you rather want to do that and tick the whole, there, I'm going to just do it like that. If you want to tick that whole thing on the top on your calculator, which we've done many times, and you'd rather want to say times, you can do the bracket 1 plus 0.1325 over 12, but then it would be to the power of plus 109, and it will still give you exactly the same answer. Good. So all of these are done neatly. So I'm going to take off this stuff so that you can see where it's coming from. The only thing maybe I should just leave here, I'm just going to write it again, is that A is equal to P 1 plus I to the power of n. Now, if we want to change that P to a Y, it's going to be A over 1 plus I to the power of n. And that is going to be A times 1 plus I to the power of minus n. Actually, the Y. Let's rather keep it the same all over. You remember we can actually use any letter. So that was the P originally. So let me just do that. That was the P originally. The P changed to a Y. The P is still a P, sorry, and that is the Y. So that is still the P. Let me just make it proper. Just not to confuse you, because we can actually, as I say, we can use any letter. This is just for the last month. Just so that you know, if you do the formula and you see it on the formal answer, that is actually where it is coming from. Let's just make sure that we've taken off all of these so that you can think for yourself. So there's just one new thing you need to remember. If you want to find out the very last payment, which is normally a little bit less, because for a bank, you're not going to pay back cents every month. They're going to round it up. So you're going to pay a little bit more every month that you're supposed to pay. So by the time you get to the second last amount of payment, there will be left over a less amount than your normal monthly payment. And to work out that amount is what we did now. You do your normal P formula for only 1 month less than you normally should till the end, and then you add the last month. Y times the bracket to the power of minus n. Remember why it was minus n? Because it was our A formula that we just converted. That's what I left on the page there. And then remember that all our formulae goes for the whole time, for the full period. So that's why when you add that little y with the bracket, it will not just be for the last month, it will be for the whole period, which was in this case 109 months, which then gave you the minus. So if you go there, this is the alternate method actually. This is if you want to find out what is the loan value at 108 months. You know the normal AP formula. I'm just going to write it here. A is equal to P 1 plus I to the power of n. If this makes more sense to you, it's also possible to use this one. It's also as easy. You use the normal A formula for the whole 108 months, and then you get this amount. This is what you actually now owe the bank then. But now how much did you pay the bank? Then you use the F formula. Now there's not a, you know the F formula by now. So let's just write the F formula. It will be X 1 plus I to the power of n minus 1 all over I. Always write down your formula first before you start substituting. Now, why am I now doing the F? I'm busy with the loan. I want to know how much I paid up to 108 months. And then if you subtract the two from one another, then you will see what is the balance that is still outstanding. But then it will always only be for 1 month. Then you use the normal formula. A is equal to, let's write it here, A is equal to P 1 plus I to the power of n. And that n, because it's only 1 month, and you're using now only the last month as for your formula, then it will be only 1. So if you think you're going to get confused between the P and the F's, then rather stick to the previous method, which is also done here. This is the previous method that I did. There's not space enough to write down the formula, but you know the two formulae by now. So here's the part that I said is coming from A is equal to P 1 plus I to the power of n. And then if I get the p all alone, it will be a, which we call y, 1 plus I to the power of minus n. So that is where that formula is coming from, which we then add the last month in this manner. But then we use the P formula. So I'm just going to do this. This is your P formula. So that's the alternate method. This is actually, in this case, the method that I rather prefer, because we're busy working with the loan. So if I know it's my loan formula, I must just add the last month. What I'm worried about is this 109. You must then just remember, if we use this in this formula, which stretches over the whole time period, I have to use the whole time period and not just only one. So you go, try this on your own, see which one of the two methods makes more sense to you. This is also a very sensible method if you think of what you're doing and you're not just trying to remember what the teacher did, which is always a better thing to do. Understand what you're doing. Work out what the loan value is up to 108 months. Work out what you paid up to 108 months. If you subtract those two from one another, you will get the final amount that is still owed, and then you can just add the interest of that 1 month. Good. But there's exercises for you to do. You just pause your video at each slide and you do the problems and you make sure that you get to the yellow answers. And hopefully after you've done the example all on your own again, you've picked your method, then use that same method. Don't vary between methods. Pick a method, which one makes more sense in your head, and make sure you use that method. Never use one method now and another method at a different time. Decide on which method makes more sense in your head and practice that method. By the end of that time, you should be able to do it 100%, and then you should be fine to work out the last payment. See you in the next lesson.